What's up? I'm Sneed, and in this video we're covering what spirituality is, 5 things you must know about it, and 3 tips to help you start practicing something today to help your life get better. Let's get started. So let's hit it straight away. What is spirituality? Well, put very simply, spirituality is just your beliefs about the world, which include the physical and the non-physical. It's as simple as that. And with that framework, it's as simple as that with my definition. Other people define it differently, no problem. But with that framework, what you get is a spectrum where on one end you have atheists who believe our entire experience is based solely on the physical, and what they say is that the non-physical does not exist. Okay. Then you have people on the opposite end of the spectrum that say all of this is a hologram and everything that we do, even in the physical, is technically non-physical. So along that spectrum, you have atheists, and then you have spirituality that is included in religion. You have spirituality that is not religious, and then you have people that are really quantum thinking type of people. And honestly, none of it is wrong at all. It's all right, and the truth is we all have our own path along that spectrum in our current lifetimes. So if you're watching this video, you're probably thinking, okay, well, I'm looking at this because I'm somewhere along the spectrum of there is something that is non-physical that is influencing my life that I want to understand a little bit better. And if that is you, congratulations, because the truth is it makes life a lot more fun. At the same time, I don't want you to be the kind of person that jumps so far to one end that you lose the ability to stay grounded in the physical world. Now, one thing that I absolutely love about people that are atheists, swear, I love this about them, and a lot of my friends don't believe in the non-physical. And I want to be around them more because I love this about them so much. They are extremely grounded in our reality, in this physical space, which means they don't overthink things of like, oh, well, will this affect my karma? Will this crystal help me speak my truth? No, what they do is they say, this is the life I want, this is the action I have to take to get it, and then they do it, right? A lot of times people that become spiritual actually use it as an excuse to not pursue their life to the degree that they should. So there's a balance between understanding that your space here in the physical realm is dependent on you just as much as you are dependent on it, and that your vibration or that your spiritual beliefs can enhance it if you use them properly. So what is spirituality? It's that right there, the spectrum of how much do you believe in the non-physical and its influence in your physical space. So if you're thinking, what do I need to know before I go down this path or before I start this journey? I'm gonna give you 5 things that you need to know right off the bat. Embracing spirituality is for the bold. 100%. You have to be bold, you have to be brave. You gotta have some cojones, like you gotta have guts to embrace spirituality 100%, because the truth is when you embrace spirituality, a lot of people, let me tell you this, if people are telling you, oh yeah, embrace your spirituality and raise your vibration and life is gonna be like fairy tales, it's literally gonna be rainbows and unicorns and life is gonna be precious, that is bullshit. 100% trash advice. Do not listen to people that tell you that. Spirituality is for the bold, it's for the fearless, because you have to face your fears. You have to face your demons. You have to look at who you are today and recognize, damn, I fucked up a couple times, or damn, I've hurt people, or damn, I've avoided this in my life because I'm scared. And you have to face those fears. You have to look at your ego and find a way to check it every single day, which means that you recognize that you're flawed, you're human, like we're all flawed, and that your actions today make you better. Recognizing that hurts. It does. And it's not easy to accept. So if you're going to go down this path, you have to be brave, you have to be fearless, or courageous enough to face your fears. That is tip number 1, thing that you must know. That is the number 1 thing that you must know. Next, tip number 2. The second thing you must know if you're going to embrace spirituality, you need an authentic support system. So The beautiful thing about religions, they provide you a support system right away. The second you say you're Christian, boom, you have Christian churches, right? The second you say you're Muslim, boom, you have mosques. I think they're mosques. The second you have whatever religion, you immediately have a support system that's authentic. They believe their spiritual beliefs. Like, that is their spiritual beliefs. Their spiritual beliefs that you vibe with, and you have that support system. So if you have questions, you know who to turn to. You need an authentic support system. So whether you're choosing to be religious or not, you need to create an authentic support system. So if you're religious, it's pretty easy. You find a church you like, you go, and then you talk to people, you talk to your pastor, you talk to your priest, you talk to whoever, and you're set. For people that are spiritual but not religious, like myself, you need to find other people like you. You need to find other people that have similar beliefs to you, because at that point, every single individual you talk to will have a slightly different belief. Some believe that angels and guides exist and they're here to help you. Some people don't believe that that's the case. Some people believe that the food that you eat will impact your vibration so much that it could ruin your life if you don't eat properly, and that's why they become vegan. And there's other people, like I'm on the other end of that spectrum, where I think your vibration is determined by your thoughts, by your actions, by your intentions, and how you feel when you consume whatever you eat. So, can you eat meat? Absolutely. Will it affect your vibration? To a degree, but enough to ruin your life? Nah, it won't. Enough to give you like a karmic effect that you have to reincarnate forever? Nah, not in my book, right? But some people do believe that that's the case. So if you're leaning that way, then you want to find like spiritual people that are also vegan. That's not me, I'm gonna tell you right now. If you don't lean that way, then you want to find people that are spiritual and not vegan. And then that's the camp that I'm in. But there's a lot of variables that maybe are more important to you than other people, and you want to attract those people into your life by taking action in those areas. So if you believe a certain thing about your spiritual experience and how it affects your physical world, then you're going to go and find people that have those similar beliefs. It could be on Instagram, it could be on YouTube, it could be on Pinterest. Like, follow somebody that has boards with stuff that you like. I don't really know how Pinterest works. I think it's something like that. It could be Facebook groups. It could be, meetups. Just go out there and find the people that you vibe with. Tip or must know number 3. There is no one way. There is no one truth. There is no, this is the way to experience spiritual freedom, right? Now, that's one thing that turns me off from religions, is a lot of religions say, well, this is the only way. Okay, cool. For you, it's the only way. Cool. I respect that. I don't believe that that's the case. I believe that there's truth in all religions, and I believe that you can find your truth outside of religion as well. You can find spiritual truths outside of religion as well. And in my opinion, that's a lot more fun. I mean, that's also a lot crappier because you have to face a lot more stuff alone, but it's a lot more fun. So if anyone is telling you like this is the only way, like if you vibe with it, do you. But if you don't, there's probably a reason for that. And what you want to do is you want to find the people that you do vibe with, the ones that are saying like, okay, I don't believe that that's true, but guess what? If you believe it, cool. Like, I'll roll with it. That's not something that I'm going to judge you for, right? You want to find those kind of people as part of your tribe, which is tip number 2. But there is no one way. If you want to practice Buddhist practices and blend them with Taoist practices, but still pray to Jesus, like, guess what? You freaking can. If you think that the pantheons of old, like Greek pantheons or Norse pantheons or whatever, can influence your life, well, guess what? Like, if your vibration resonates with that, then roll with it. You got to follow your intuition when you're following your own spiritual path. There is no one way, and whatever way you choose can and will be right for you. Tip and must know number 4. Teachers can't make you learn squat. They can't. We can give you information, and you can take that information and you can apply it and learn on your own, but you have to learn on your own. The only thing we can provide is information, is experience. Now, what that means is if you have somebody that's telling you you have to follow the way I do it, this is the truth, you're probably either in a religion or entering a cult. If, on the other hand, you're talking to somebody and they're like, look, you're going to be your own best teacher. Like, I'm not your guru. You're going to be your own guru. You're going to learn the lessons you need to learn through your experiences. I can only help you when you come across obstacles. I can only help you relating my experience. Like, those are the people you want to talk to regularly, because those are the people that are there to help you along your path, not to make you copy their path. Now, I'll share my experiences with people, but guess what? Like, you don't have to do the things that I do. You can do the exact opposite of everything I do and still reach whatever level of spirituality that you want. That's just how it is. There is no one way, which is the last tip. So you are your own teacher. You will always be your best teacher. And any teacher that you turn to for information can't help you learn. You have to do that on your own. Must know tip number 5. Your spiritual practices and your spiritual routines and your spiritual habits will all change over time. As you grow, your practices will grow or change with you. For example, if you're in the gym and you're lifting weights, if you're benching the same weight every day for the rest of your life, but you're trying to build muscle, guess what? You're not going to build muscle. You're going to build muscle up to a point, but then you're going to plateau. What do you have to do? You have to change what you do, whether it be in weight, whether it be in reps, whether it be in sets, whether it be in exercises. You have to change what you do in order to take where you are and get to the next level. And then once that's normal, then you have to change again to get to the next level. It's a constant state of evolution and growth. So as you grow, as you evolve, as you change, so will your practices, which means, tomorrow you might find yourself meditating, and you might be meditating every day for 6 months and then completely stop for a year. And a year later, you'll be like, I should probably get back to that. But when you start meditating, you're doing a different type of meditation. Or you start practicing like Kundalini breathing, or you start doing something else entirely. Your practices will change over time. So don't become attached to the belief that this must be done regularly. Don't get me wrong, meditation, huge help. Expressing gratitude regularly, huge help. There's a lot of things that help, but the way you do it over time will probably change. So don't get so attached to this must be the way, because there is no, again, one way. There is whatever way is best for you in that moment. Whatever's best for you in that moment is what you should do. If that's meditate, meditate. If that's read a book, read a book. If that's go fishing, go fishing. Can fishing be spiritual? Yes, it can. Can racing cars be spiritual? Yes, it can. Can weightlifting be spiritual? Yes, it can. Can yoga? Obviously, it's based in spirituality. Yes, any activity you do can be spiritual. So whatever you vibe with in the moment, that is what's most important. So don't become attached to any specific routine or habit unless that also suits you, because maybe it does. There's some people that, like, I wake up every day and I write in a gratitude journal. Some days I fall off. Sure. Why? Because I get busy. Why? Because life happens. But if you want to write in a gratitude journal every day like I do, cool. If you don't, if you're like, that's stupid, cool. Because in the end, your journey and your experience matter to no one else but you. So you got to do what's best for you. So don't get so attached to those habits, to those routines. I'm going to interrupt myself real quick. If you're liking these tips, if you're liking these must-knows, do me a favor. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, and comment on which tip is serving you best right now for where you are. That's going to help me tremendously when it comes to creating more videos for you. So do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe if you're liking the content. Now, a little bonus for you is, how can you start embracing a spiritual path today, or spiritual growth, or your own spirituality today? I got 3 tips for you on that, right? The first one is, I kind of just mentioned it, gratitude journals. Gratitude journals are great. The vibration of gratitude is very close to the vibration of unconditional love. So when you start expressing your gratitude for things, you end up attracting more of those things. And that's a whole law of attraction, manifestation, deliberate creation type of thing. Yes, we could talk about that in the future, but what I'm trying to get across is gratitude journals are an easy way to recognize the beauty in the non-physical and the physical. It's very balanced. Now, if you're going to write in your gratitude journal, I suggest you do it with this kind of way, or with this kind of recipe. I am grateful for blank because blank. I'm grateful for waking up in a warm bed because I love waking up feeling rested and energized and ready for the day. When you do a gratitude journal that way, when you're writing your gratitude statements in that fashion, you're telling essentially the universe what you're grateful for, and then you're kind of expressing what you want more of. After the because, what comes after the because is what you want more of. You want to wake up energized and ready and excited for the day, or whatever you choose to write. And you can be grateful about anything. You can be grateful about a pretzel that you ate yesterday. You can be grateful about taking a breath. You can be grateful about being able to blink. You can be grateful about being able to walk. You can be grateful that you have 10 fingers and 10 toes. You can be grateful that you have the capability to watch a video on YouTube. You can be grateful for anything. So long as it's genuine, that's what you want to write down. And personally, what I would do is write 3 gratitude statements, first thing every morning. Boom. That's one way of practicing spirituality right here, right now, that you can maintain, because it's not asking a lot. It's 3 statements. I mean, even then you'll still fall out, like I still fall off. Or maybe you won't. I don't know. I don't know what your life's going to be like. But that will definitely help you on your spiritual path. Tip number 2, emotional intelligence or emotional awareness training. What does this mean? That means listen to your freaking emotions, man. That's what it means. Some people, they're like, oh, I don't have emotions. Like, shut up, you have emotions. Emotional intelligence is being conscious of the emotional state that other people are in. Emotional awareness is being conscious of the emotional state that you are in. You need both. You need to be able to see where other people are. You need to be able to see where you are. You need to be able to see how their emotional state influences yours. You need to be able to see how your emotional state influences theirs. When you do this, you become much more in tune with your actual feelings. You become much more in tune with your actual desires. You become much more in tune with things that you like and don't like. Emotional awareness is crucial to your personal development, whether you're spiritual or not. I don't care. It's crucial to your personal development. But when it comes to spiritual growth, understanding those emotions and being able to feel them and being able to feel the nuance between, say, like embarrassment and nervousness and excitement, because all 3 kind of can feel similar in different states, but being able to tell the differences between them will actually empower you to recognize, oh, I'm actually really excited for this thing. I should really pursue that. Or, the fear that I'm feeling is ego, not spirit. So I'm going to ignore that fear and I'm going to act anyway. Or, man, I'm really embarrassed about this. Like, what do I need to work on to build confidence so I'm not embarrassed about this because it's something that I want to do? Emotional awareness is crucial. And emotional intelligence is being able to recognize whenever you're doing something that influences another individual in, let's say, a slightly negative way. Now, I do that because immediately as a teacher, I have to point it out and be like, wait, why are you being triggered by this? Like, what's going on? Why did you just shut down? But for you, if you're a spiritual teacher, same purpose. If you're not a spiritual teacher, it's just to enhance your relationships. It's just to enhance how you interact with the world. Because if you think about it this way, if you're trying to put out more good vibes and trying to help other people feel better, and you can use your emotional intelligence to do that, then the world's going to send that right back to you, tenfold, hundredfold. The universe returns what you put out. So that's a reason why emotional intelligence is so important. Third easy tip to get started today, breathing meditations. Now, here's the thing. Most people think that they have to sit Indian style. Oh, well, that's not politically correct. They have to sit crisscross applesauce, whatever. They think they have to sit down on the floor like a Buddhist monk and meditate for hours. That's not the case. You can sit down in your office chair, you can lay down on your bed, you can lay down on the floor, you can sit down however the hell you want and just breathe. And that's it. And just focus on the breath. That's all you got to do. Just belly breathe, right? Into the belly, relax. And when thoughts come in, just observe them, let them go. You're done. That's it. Boom. You go back to your breathing. That's it. That's meditation. That's all you got to do. And sometimes just one deep breath is a meditation. You don't have to sit there for hours on end. You just got to sit there. And you can enter a meditative state. Obviously, it's going to take some practice, but is it doable? You bet your ass it is. So over time, you'll start extending the amount of time that you're meditating. Maybe at first you can only last like 2 minutes meditating. Like, cool, no biggie. Next time, see if you can do 2 minutes and 30 seconds, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and slowly build up. Don't try to just hit it hard like, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to meditate for an hour every day. Like, psh, bro, who's got time for that? Ain't no one got time for that. 15 minutes, like that's enough. 20 minutes, that's enough. 5 minutes, that's enough. One breath, that's enough. Whatever you need in the moment, that's the right amount to do. So don't hold yourself to such a routine that it becomes detrimental to your spiritual growth, but feel free to embrace breathing meditation because it gives you something to focus on, your breath, right, into your belly, and then relax. Focus on where the air is coming in and out, which should be your nose. And whenever a thought comes in or emotion comes in, observe it and let it go. If at some point you realize, oh, damn, I got caught up in this whole thought, this whole daydreaming, this whole fantasy. One, you can write it down later in case you had good ideas for something. And two, once you realize, oh, okay, I need to let that go and focus back on my breathing, then you just do that and boom, you're back to meditating, right? And a lot of people, they'll feel guilty like, man, I just spent 10 minutes trying to focus on my breath and pretty much the entire time I was like caught up in this daydream. Dude, like let it go. That's okay. That's part of the learning process. Embrace it. If anything, be like, yo, I'm glad I recognized, even though it was like 7 minutes of thoughts, I'm glad I recognized that that's what I was doing. And next time I could do better. Let that go. Let that judgment of yourself and of you learning go, and the meditation practice will become much, much easier. Before you bounce, one quick little favor. Leave a comment, let me know which practice you liked learning about or you plan on implementing, and ask any questions you need to get started today. Also, if you really like the video, make sure you subscribe and share it with someone that you care about so that they can get the same benefits that you're getting. My name's Sneed. Stay blessed.